And joining us, Dave Delano on Twitter at GetSportsStrong. He is a writer and analyst, frequent guest here on Sports Grid, part of Odd Shopper, Winners and Winers as well. Dave, welcome in. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling a lot better than that game was. But I was on the Nuggets money line, so I'm feeling pretty good.
So look, Brady believed in Denver. I believed in Denver. The thing that I can't quite escape, the thing that really bugs me, and I'm happy Denver won. I like Denver better as a team. I could watch Jokic until the end of time. I love that dude. But in terms of how the Clippers went out, and I don't even just mean laying the egg and, holding the first quarter lead and then getting outscored by 16 each of the second and the third. To be down by 27 points, when look, I have eyes, it was over, I know. But to be down by 27 points entering the fourth quarter, and Ty Lue just up and decides we're done at that point. Consciously, leaves Kawhi Leonard, James Harden on the bench for the entire fourth quarter. They don't even effort one last run in a game 7 on the road. They just firmly decide to pack it in. Brady and I talked about it before. I feel like it is just such a terrible, pitiful, pathetic look in a clinching game on the part of the Clippers to pack it in the way they did.
Well, I'm not going to blame Ty Lue for sitting Harden on the bench because Harden had obviously already packed it in. And one thing I hate with sports media, I hate when they fry these guys who work so hard. But one thing I hate to say, if there's any superstar for what he's done on the court that I've lost more respect for over the last decade, it's James Harden. I've been telling people, like personal friends of mine before the series, I knew exactly what was going to happen in this series. I said at some point the Clippers are going to have a lead, and when it comes down to it, James Harden is not going to show up. And just to take emotions out of it, the last 4 game 7s for James Harden, we'll give him credit, averaged 9.5 assists. He's 14 for 51, just over 27% from the field, 13.8 points per game from a superstar, averaging just over 41 minutes in those games. They're 1-3. I mean, he quit on the Rockets, quit on the Nets, quit on Philadelphia. Saying the same thing. Who's he going to blame next? There's a reason that I heard that when Ime Udoka got the job, he wanted to come back to Houston, and Udoka took Fred VanVleet. Now, obviously, VanVleet is not the talent that Harden is, but there's a reason for that decision, and I don't blame Ty Lue for this. James Harden did what James Harden does when it matters.
Yeah, I hear you, David. And in fairness, we're doing a show here on air. So I told Adam, I said, I've got to see and hear more about this before I go out and judge exactly what happened here. And I said, it might have been Ty Lue just saying, you know what, guys, you're not doing anything tonight. I'm going to bench your butt. Sit down and let's let some guys that, have some heart. And that could have been the case, too. But, kind of the same storyline here, one way or another. It was not a good look to see those guys on the bench there.